So, I guess I'll get started. And chapter 18 homework is due today. The chapter 18 quiz will be today in class. And exam number 3 on chapters 16 through 18 will be on Wednesday, the 10th. You get one sheet of notes. You can use a calculator. It's 75 questions. And the lab today is for makeups. So if you have to make up any labs that require like in-class work, you can do that today during the lab time. So let's start with some review of chapter 16. The sun and the planets orbit the Earth in the geocentric model of the solar system. The Earth and the other planets orbit the sun in the heliocentric model of the solar system. The orbits of planets are generally in the shape of ellipses. The law of elliptical orbits was developed by the scientist Johannes Kepler. An astronomical unit represents the average distance of the Earth from the sun. And it's a very convenient tool for measuring distance in the solar system, especially because for a long time, we knew how far away things were relative to each other, but we didn't know exactly how far away, like, the Earth was from the sun. We knew all the distances in astronomical units, but didn't know what an astronomical unit is. Because you could work things out with, like, geometry. When a planet is closer to the sun, its velocity is higher. When it's further from the sun, its velocity is lower. So when a planet is further from the sun, its velocity is lower. The point where Earth is closest to the sun is called perihelion, and the point where Earth is furthest from the sun is called aphelion. Planets with orbits smaller than Earth are called inferior. Planets with orbits larger than Earth are called superior. Planets all revolve around the sun in a counterclockwise direction from above the North Pole. They all revolve in the same direction. And it's, if you're looking down from the north, from from the north, it's counterclockwise. All planets rotate counterclockwise except for Venus and Uranus. The non-gaseous planets are referred to as terrestrial planets because they are Earth-like. The gaseous planets are referred to as Jovian planets because they're similar to Jupiter. The planet closest to the sun with the shortest period of revolution is Mercury. The planet with a thick atmosphere of carbon dioxide is Venus. The planet that has a thin atmosphere and appears red in color is Mars. Mars has the largest volcano in the solar system. The gaseous planets are composed primarily of the elements hydrogen and helium. The largest planet is Jupiter, and it has the shortest period of rotation. In general, bigger planets rotate faster. The planet with the most prominent ring structure is Saturn. Uranus and Neptune have a blue tint due to the gas methane in their atmospheres. Pluto is classified as a dwarf planet. The most current theory of the formation of the solar system, approximately 4.5 to 5 billion years ago, is the nebular hypothesis and condensation theory. Natural satellites are referred to as moons. Our moon is the largest in size of any moon orbiting the terrestrial planets. We only see one side of the moon since its period of rotation on its axis and its period of revolution around the Earth occur at the same rate. I'm about to say approximately the same rate, but they're actually exactly the same rate. The gravity of the moon is only 1/6 of that of Earth. Radioactive dating has shown that the moon's age is less than that of the Earth. Currently, the moon does not possess a magnetic field. Bowl-shaped depressions on the moon's surface are referred to as craters. The light-colored surfaces of the moon are referred to as the highlands. The dark areas on the moon are referred to as maria. And these dark areas are theorized to be the result of ancient volcanic activity on the moon. The streaks reaching outwards from some moon craters are called rays. Long trenches on the moon are called what was that? Rills or is it sharps? I think it's rills. Sorry. I don't think there's anything on the test. The moon's orbit is tilted about 5 degrees with respect to Earth's orbital plane. It takes the moon about 1 month to revolve around the Earth. The phase of the moon when the moon can't be seen is called the new moon. The phase of the moon when the full disk of the moon can be observed is called the full moon. If the moon is getting larger, we say it is waxing. If the moon is getting smaller, we say it is waning. If less than half of the moon is visible, we say it is a crescent moon. If more than half of the moon is visible, we say it is a gibbous moon. When the moon is between the sun and the Earth, a solar eclipse may occur. When the Earth is between the sun and the moon, a lunar eclipse may occur. The darkest shadow region during an eclipse is called the umbra. The somewhat dark region during an eclipse is called the penumbra. Tides are greatest on Earth when the sun and the moon are in line with the Earth. 2 high tides and 2 low tides occur each day on Earth. Spring tides occur when the Earth, moon, and sun are in line. Neap tides occur when the moon is at first quarter and last quarter. The 2 terrestrial planets that have no moons are Mercury and Venus. The Jovian planet with the most moons is Saturn. The moon of Jupiter that has active volcanoes is Io. The largest moon in the solar system is orbiting Jupiter. That moon's name is Ganymede. What the moon Titan has that's unique for a moon is a thick, dense atmosphere. The planet that has a moon that revolves in a retrograde orbit is Neptune, and that moon's name is Triton. Pluto is classified as a dwarf planet. The collection of small bodies between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter are called the asteroid belt. A meteoroid that reaches Earth's atmosphere and glows brightly as it burns up is called a meteor. A meteoroid that reaches Earth's surface is called a meteorite. Comets have usually a very elliptically shaped orbit. The rocky portion of a comet is called the nucleus. The glowing part of a comet that forms as it approaches the sun is called the coma. And the rear portion of the comet that's composed of ionized material and dust is called the tail. The portion surrounding the coma is thought to be a cloud of hydrogen gas. And the tail of the comet is pointed away from the sun as it approaches. The universe is the totality of all matter, energy, and space. The huge imaginary sphere of the sky on which all the stars seem to be located is the celestial sphere. The path the sun takes across the background of stars is called the ecliptic. A parsec is the distance to an object with a parallax of 1 arcsecond, and that is 3.26 light years. I always misread that particular one. The layer of the sun we see is the photosphere. Apparent magnitude is a measure of the brightness of a star as seen from Earth. Absolute magnitude is a measure of the brightness of a star as if it were seen from a standard distance of 10 parsecs. The Hertzsprung-Russell plot plots stars' absolute magnitudes versus the temperature of their photosphere. And the band of stars from the upper left to the lower right in the above plot, most stars fall into, is called the main sequence, which is where stars end up when they're in, the main part of their lives, turning hydrogen into helium. The relatively cool, bright stars with diameters 10 to 100 times the sun are the red giants. The small, hot, dim stars left behind by the death of a low-mass star are called white dwarfs. Nebula, or nebulae, are cool, denser clouds of interstellar gas and dust. Maybe nebulas. I don't know exactly how to pluralize that. The shell of gas ejection from an old low-mass star is a planetary nebula, called because it looked vaguely planet-like when it was seen in the 1700s. A white dwarf star that suddenly increases dramatically in brightness for a brief period of time is called a nova. When a star explodes, it's a supernova. Other than hydrogen and helium, all the elements up to iron are thought to be made during normal fusion processes in stars of various masses. All elements heavier than iron are made in supernova explosions. At least that's what we're going with for this class. Reality is a lot more complicated, but there's extra steps. A neutron star is the extremely dense remnant of a high mass star that's made of neutrons. A rapidly rotating neutron star that appears to pulse on and off is called a pulsar. A black hole is an object so dense that even light cannot escape from its surface because of the object's intense gravitational field. A large gravitationally bound collection of stars and gas is a galaxy. Galaxies come in three types: spiral, elliptical, and irregular. A globular cluster is a spherical collection of hundreds of thousands of gravitationally bound stars, usually found in the outlying regions of a galaxy. The additional mass to keep galaxies gravitationally bound that we can't see is called dark matter. The study of the structure and history of the entire universe is cosmology. Hubble's law says the further away a galaxy is, the faster it is traveling away from us. The force apparently accelerating the expansion of the universe is called dark energy. The universe is expanding because the space itself is expanding. The Big Bang theory of the universe states that the known universe was smaller, hotter, and denser in the past, and it began rapidly expanding about 13.8 billion years ago. And the echo of the beginning of the universe that provides evidence of the above theory is the cosmic microwave background. And in the very early universe, hydrogen and helium were crafted in a ratio of 3:1. So that was the review. And then we will have the chapter 18 quiz. I'll go over the announcements again for people who just got here. The chapter 18 homework is due today. Chapter 18 quiz will be momentarily. The exam number 3 on chapter 16 through 18 will be Wednesday. You get one sheet of notes. You can use a calculator. It's 75 questions. If you're missing any labs, today's lab time is for makeups. I'll be happy to check if you are missing any labs. I think all of you guys might be and I can just do a quick. You're fine. Yep, all of you guys are okay on labs. Go ahead. So that was the review. Oops. We're gonna do the quiz now. So we have the chapter 18 quiz. You get one sheet of notes. If you need to borrow a calculator, you can, but I don't think you'll need it. Um, oh, actually, my mother. Um, so, maybe. Um, it's, right? You have at least one lab that you need to come and point out. The other ones you should have been able to do, but the first lab requires lab work. Yes. Stop recording.